On Labor Day weekend, we celebrate one of the sport's best with the Larry Phillips Memorial presented by Rugged Radios tonight here on Lucas Oil Speedway. Saturday night short track from Wheatland, Missouri on MAV TV. It is time for late model feature racing. 50 laps around, $5,075 to win. In memory of the late, great Larry Phillips. Corey Riggs and Billy Rock here with you for this one. The pace trucks are out and onto the racing surface. Billy, it's time to introduce the front row for tonight's A feature.
24 of the Midwest best about to do battle for 50 laps and on the dirtondirt.com. Pole position, it's going to be the 36M out of West Plains, Missouri of Logan Martin. Martin will line up alongside of heat race winner, the 14 out of Omaha, Nebraska of Jake Neal. Back to the inside of row number 2, you're going to have the 43 car, the Story City Outlaw, Jeremy Grady out of Story City, Iowa, alongside a former series champion, the 25 of Chad Simpson out of Mount Vernon. To the inside of row number 3, the 4W is going to be the Ford-powered entry of J.C. Wyman. To his outside, the 7, the veteran Mark Bergdorf out of Quincy, Illinois. Starting in the 7th spot, out of Bartlesville, Oklahoma, the 9G of Joe Gorby alongside the 00 car will be Jesse Stovall. To the inside of row number 5, the 65 car will be John Benning in the Bloomquist chassis out of Warrensburg, Missouri. To his outside, the Rocket chassis, the 3X of Skip Fry. Starting in the 11th position, the 50 of Caden Cornell out of Willard, Missouri, and the 14G of Joe Gotze out of Bedford, Indiana. Back on the row number 7, car number 58 is going to be Dave Eckrich out of Cosgrove, Iowa, in the Black Diamond chassis, alongside the 74 car of Mitch McGrath, your consolation event winner from earlier on tonight. To the inside of row number 8, all the way from Aurora Grande, California, the 91P of Jason Papich. To his outside, the 93 of Mason Overkramer. Alongside in row number 9 will be the 16 of Rusty Griffaw and Steve Johnson out of Joplin, Missouri. And back inside of row number 10, the 66 of Hayden Ross. Current MLRA points leader Will Vaught will go to the outside, who will take a provisional to make tonight's show along with Reed Millard and the 14 race fans. On your feet, 4 wide salute here at the Lucas Oil Speedway for tonight's running of the Larry Phillips Memorial. Rounding out the starting grid, back in row number 11, the 7X of Todd McCoy in the 71, 7J of Ryan Johnson out of Aurora, Missouri. Both drivers collecting ULMA provisionals as the 24 starter Ricky Frankel, the 33F, scheduled to start up inside, I believe, row number 3 tonight, has elected to drop to the tail. Some mechanical issues with Ricky Franco will have him doing limited laps here in tonight's A-main event in the 33 car.
Another driver that has suffered from mechanical issues tonight has been your points leader. Will the Thrill Vaught, the driver of the 1V, has struggled tonight. Saw him drop back in the B feature. He has to use a provisional to make the field here tonight, but the man right behind him in the points race, Mitch McGrath, kind of mired back in the field for the start of this one.
Both these drivers back in the pack, 81 points separating the two coming into tonight's racing action. As you see that bright fluorescent Midwest sheet metal spoiler on the back of Will Vaught's number 1, indicative of the series points leader. But right now, the guy that could potentially be a big benefactor tonight is Logan Martin. He rolls into the night 93 points out of the championship lead, rolling out from the pole position. He has already collected some valuable heat race points, and there's probably nobody as experienced around this racetrack as to drive the 36 car of Logan Martin, even though he's still a youngster.
Young man from West Plains, Missouri, who has had good runs here at the Diamond of Dirt tracks in the past, but would love nothing more than to cement this run that he's had. Rookie of the Year points, top 3 in the overall points chase. A win would go a long way tonight to adding to what has been a banner year for him.
Definitely a long way, and he's a guy that's looking for a little redemption. You know, he had the Fall Nationals in his grasp last fall. I believe 4 laps from the conclusion, jumps the berm and takes out a right front tire, leading the event. So a little bit of a redemption here for Logan Martin. But, you know, you said it earlier tonight, Corey, that guy on the outside front row right now, Jake Neal, he is going to be a very fast driver to catch up with. He's got a couple of straight right rear quarter panels at the moment. They've gotten those figured out, so we'll keep an eye on both of our drivers from the front row. You've got Jeremy Grady on the inside of row 2. Heat race winner from earlier on tonight, alongside of your defending series champion out of Mount Vernon, Iowa, Chad Simpson in car number 25. Going to roll off on the outside of row number 2. 50 laps the distance. Side by side at the line, Patience of Virtue. Looks to be a good start this time as Logan Martin will lead the way down into turn number 1 with Jake Neal up on the top side cushion, but it's going to be Martin taking the early race lead, but you got contact after 4th and 5th. Disaster of diverted between J.C. Lyman and Jeremy Grady as the battle goes on for the race lead out of turn number 4. It's going to be Logan Martin showing the way here on lap number 1. Logan Martin, Jake Neal stuck in line, first two down the back straightaway. Now Chad Simpson up into the 3rd spot. The pleasant surprise, the 9 machine of Joe Gorby finds himself running in the 4th position. The driver out of Arnoldville, Oklahoma, starting back to the inside of row number 4, and quickly Gorby up inside the top 4. He is looking to the inside of Chad Simpson.
Gorby's had a consistent run this year, 6 top 10s for him, and showing a little bit of that here tonight.
Showing a little bit. That's a guy that's had a lot of struggles, had a motor change earlier in the week in that 9 car, and really kind of had some up and down season in his first full season with the MLRA series, potentially looking for a career best run here early on tonight. As he chases down that 3rd spot, will now set his sights on the 14 car of second running Jake Neal. A little bit further back in the pack, you see Jesse Stovall working over the back bumper of J.C. Wyman's car number 4 as they approach turn number 3 and 4. Those drivers battling before the 5th and 6th position as they exit turn number 4. Now beginning to make some ground up on Chad Simpson. J.C. Wyman, he'll dive down to the inside. He will steal that spot away from the Mount Vernon, Iowa driver, car number 25. Both drivers tiptoe the bottom side, working their way around Simpson, and Wyman will bring Stovall with him. The Stovall will quickly go back to the top side off the exit of turn number 2. And your race leaders now beginning to work their way into lap traffic as Logan Martin at the line does away with the first lap car of the night. That's the 11 of Steve Johnson, who will quickly exit the racetrack. Next car in front of your race leader looks to be the 14 machine of Reed Millard.
Logan Martin belly doing something that you don't often see leaders do in lap traffic. He's extending his lead. 2 laps ago it was 9/10 of a second. A lap ago it was 1.1 seconds. Now it's a second and a half as he is just wheeling through the lap cars.
He is really hustling that number 36 down through the groove. You can see him really throwing it into the corner, but now Jake Neal going to duplicate that move, and all of a sudden Jake Neal closing the gap down the back straightaway. He's going to close it up once again down into turn number 3. Logan Martin going to have to make a quick decision. He will drive down to the inside of Reed Millard. Can he steal the spot, putting the lap down into 1? Looks like he will, then putting another buffer between himself and Jake Neal.
Reed Millard really struggled with the handling on that new race car. He had to use a provisional to get in the field tonight, and almost on cue, Billy, he ends up bringing out the caution here as the 214s come together.
What a heartbreak right there, it appears, for Jake Neal. No place to go, working in lap traffic. Reed Millard goes around, synchronized spinning right there up in turn number 3 and 4. Tough break for the 14 car of Jake Neal.
Caution comes out here on lap number 10. 10 down, 40 to go. Here is Logan Martin leads at the Larry Phillips Memorial here at the Diamonds of Dirt Tracks. We'll have more Lucas Oil Speedway Saturday night short track action after this.
Of Joe Gorby alongside of the 00 Jesse Stovall, a pair of drivers that started back in row 4 find themselves sitting second, third.
Only 10 laps in. That's some good carving by those 2 drivers to work their way up. Of course, Stovall, always a track favorite here when he brings the 00 to the Diamond of Dirt Tracks.
Don't forget Will Bott worked his way from 20th. He sits in the 12th spot on the restart as Logan Martin takes us back underneath the green flag. Once again, Jesse Stovall, he's going to work that top side cushion through turns number 1 and 2. He'll take the Malvern Bank 00 up into the runner-up position around Joe Gorby. Gorby continues to circle the short way around, but that's the battle for second and third as Logan Martin continues to run out in front in his Monett-powered XR1 Rocket, but a little bit of a stumble off the exit of turn number 2 for a couple of drivers. How about the slide job by Jesse Stovall? He takes it to the bottom side, but now he's all sorts of sideways. He'll regroup it. Jesse Stovall, new race leader, but Logan Martin not about to go away easily here on lap number 12.
Stovall's the first driver really that's tried to jump to the high side now. The way the track surface started tonight, that top groove really wasn't there, but we've run enough laps now that Stovall is able to ride it around the rim, and he is racing away from Martin in the field.
He is racing away, and he is increasingly widening that gap, continues to push that cushion up as high as he can as he drives that swapper service 00 deeper and deeper each time. They're off the exit of turn number 2. He'll stretch it out quickly down the back chute. Here comes the 9 machine of Joseph Gorby. J.C. Wyman also having a good run as the 4 machine finds himself up into the 4th position, quickly closing ground on the 2nd and 3rd place running Logan Martin up on the top side. And Gorby has Chance Simpson, your defending series champion, limps down the front straightaway. Simpson's night will come to an early end, but back up front, it is all Jesse Stovall. Jake Neal, an early race contender, is also heading pit side. Tough break for him tonight here at the Speedway.
Stovall has turned what was a half a second lead into almost a 2-second lead. Now is the 7J of Ryan Johnson's going to have to pull off the racetrack. Stovall now out 2 seconds in front of Logan Martin.
And he has done it, Corey, in the matter of about 6 laps. Quickly setting a blistering pace, about to find the backside of the field. Here with still 33 laps to go in tonight's feature event. Yellow back out on the speedway once again. A car spun up in turn number 4, sitting the wrong way in a one-way, and that's going to be J.C. Wyman, the driver that was running in the 4th spot. Finds a great night going south here early on lap number 17.
Wyman, the grinder from Griswold, Iowa, takes an extra turn over in turn number 4, bringing out the caution here on lap 17. More from the drivers of the MLRA here in Wheatland, Missouri. After this, Lucas Oil Speedway Saturday night short track right here on Maps In. Billy, we've already lost a number of cars here. It's been a rough one.
It's been a rough one. Looks like still 16 cars on the grid from our original 24. And I'll tell you what, some hard chargers. Jason Papich, the 91, Mason Oberkramer, both out of the B features, currently inside the top 5, just 17 laps in. Don't count out Will Bott, took a provisional to get into this show, and he's 6-6 on the restart. And Jesse Stovall takes the lead, but how about the move by Mason Oberkramer, the driver out of Ronsley, Missouri. Came through the consolation event tonight. That Longhorn chassis pilots himself into the runner-up position on that restart. Will now try and hang on to the back bumper of Jesse Stovall. Stovall down back straightaway, jumps right back up to that top side cushion. Oberkramer down to the bottom side. Gorby continuing to hang on to a podium position right now in a fight with fellow rookie driver Logan Martin for that 3rd and final podium spot. Martin continuing to work the top side of the racetrack, and right behind those two, you see him coming into view. That's going to be the 1B of Will the Thrill Bott, right on the back bumper of this battle. And Gorby continued to drive the G&G Dozer Short chassis down to the bottom side, and he can surrender that spot that time to Logan Martin. Both drivers go to the top side, but how about Will Bott? He'll slide it in there, showing the rear quarter panel. Gorby tougher that time. He is able to hang on to that 4th position in car number 9.
Well, it only makes sense that everybody's heading to the top side now, Billy, because that is exactly where Jesse Stovall was just slaying the rest of the field. He was the first one to take it to the high side, and because of that, he's got a 2.6-second advantage over everybody else running.
Still 28 laps to go. Still some great racing action going on as he sends Stovall out to almost a straightaway length advantage over Oberkramer. At this point, he's going to quickly start to see lap traffic coming into play here in the next handful of laps. As we continue to watch Will Bott make his march through the field. Current MLRA point leader took the provisional. Motor troubles in heat race action. Only made a couple of laps in the B-main event. And he started in the 20th position, finds himself currently running in position number 4. Tell you what, Corey, that's a guy right there that would love to see a caution fly on this race.
Oh, I understand that, and what amazes me is how he took care of his equipment. You said it earlier, he's only got one bullet in the gun tonight. He's got this one car, no backup motor, but he took it easy early in the night and has found himself a top 5 running order, but it's going to take a caution to close down the gap between he and Stovall. That Captain American shield on the top of the 00 is slinging its way around the diamond of dirt tracks.
Jesse Stovall is definitely slinging things around there tonight in pursuit of this Larry Phillips Memorial Covenant forward. He works his way around John Benning. He lap traffic down the back straightaway. It's about to get a little intense for Snowball. You got some cars running double side by side up right in front of him. One of those being J.C. Wyman, who's doing everything he can to remain on the lead lap in that 4 car. But good battles continue throughout, including Corby again now battling with the 91 of Jason Pampage.
Will Vaught now, Billy, making a move around the 36 as the Thrill has pulled up alongside the West Plains native. They're 3 wide with lap traffic coming off of turn number 4.
Vaught going to make it interesting down to the inside. Logan Martin going to try and keep his pitch to the bottom side of the racetrack. And, right now, Vaught really the only driver able to make that bottom side work. You see Overkramer going to be in a similar bottom side groove right in front of him off the exit of turn number 4. Good run for Logan Martin off the top side of the corner, but nonetheless, Will Vaught now up on your podium after starting 20th with the yellow out for the 7th machine of Mark Bergdorf. Mark Bergdorf, the number 7 out of Quincy, Illinois, is limping down the front straightaway and appears to be heading off the speedway to the hot pit. Tough break for the driver out of Quincy, Illinois, the veteran.
Quincy's the next stop for the drivers of the MLRA as they will head that way after tonight to take part in the first annual Scotty 45. But right now it's Jesse Stovall, Mason Oberkramer, Will Vaught, Logan Martin, and Jason Papich. The top 5 in the running order here at the Larry Phillips Memorial at the Lucas Oil Speedway. More Saturday night short track racing coming up next. We're celebrating Labor Day weekend with a little late model racing here tonight. And Stovall, on the last couple of restarts, Billy, has been able to expand his lead each and every time. Can he do it again now? That 1V looks like a completely different race car than what we saw earlier tonight.
Will Vaught, a determined driver. First time he'll line up on the inside. Not going to wait. He's going to try and get his nose up along the inside of Jesse Stovall on that start. Not able to grab much momentum, but a great restart once again for Oberkramer, who he'll lose control, lose the front end of that race car. He had to chase him, but now he's back at it. The battle for third is going on, but just like last time, here goes Jesse Stovall out in the clean air and quickly putting distance between himself and the rest of the field.
In one lap, he manages to grow it to a 1.3 second advantage. Oberkramer now falling back to Vaught as you see the 1V dive to the inside of the track, slide up in front of Oberkramer, and Vaught soundly in second place now as everybody chases Stovall.
Got to wonder if Jesse Stovall has a chance to watch this race. He's going to see how exciting it was in his rearview mirror, because if it wasn't for Jesse Stovall, we'd have a whale of a race on our hands with Will Vaught back there in the second spot. But, only a handful of laps. You see some hard charging through the field. Will Vaught up 12 positions. Mason Oberkramer up 12. Both drivers came out of the B feature or took a provisional. So a lot of hard charging going on here at tonight's 50-lap A main event with just 14 laps to go.
Stovall, Vaught, Martin, Papich, the top 4, but there is jockeying for position back behind the 00. As the 36 of Logan Martin goes around the top of the track and they slide up in front of him. He has to check up as the 91 of Papich was just flying through the turn.
Logan Martin playing the role of the nice guy that last time by, letting the 91 of Papich slide up, take that third position away. Now Martin's going to have to try and fight to get himself back on that podium here tonight as Stovall quickly runs his way again down the back straightaway. Closing in on the 14er, Reed Millard, maybe the only lap car that he may have to contend with if we go green from here on out.
And as he enters turn number 1, Will Vaught comes out of turn number 4. A full straightaway and darn near 4 seconds now. The lead for Stovall as he'll put Millard a lap down.
Clean air making the difference right now for Jesse Stovall. And not a whole lot of contests going on for the 00 machine. Vaught now has his hands full with Jason Papich, who continues to have a great run. The driver out of Kent, California, making just his second Lucas Oil MLRA start of the season. Finds himself working over the back bumper as yellow will fly this time, the 6th time in tonight's A feature event. A couple of cars, the 74 of Mitch McGrath, but also involved in the middle of the back straightaway. Looks to be the 93 of Oberkramer. Oberkramer facing the grandstand. Heavy right side damage on the 93 car of Mason Oberkramer.
This was a top 5 car just a couple laps ago, Billy, but now the Hobby Tie Motorsports safety crew has to have a conversation. Good to see the helmet come off of Oberkramer. Lets everybody know he's okay. With 10 laps to go, another caution here will slow things down at Lucas Oil Speedway. Saturday night short track action here on MAV TV. The Larry Phillips Memorial continues after this break. Phillips Memorial as the green flag goes up and the hammer goes down for Jesse Snowball.
Snowball to the point, but there's a shot by Will Monett. That may have been the one and only shot he will get tonight. He'll have to regroup, drive back down the bottom side. Is now Jesse Snowball for the first time tonight. Seems like he's feeling a little bit of pressure from the 1V machine of Hot. Pressure with 9 laps to go. Pappage back in the third spot. The yellow will fly once again for Caden Cornell right here on the front straightaway. The youngster, the driver of car number 50, sitting crosswise just past turn number 4. We'll put that yellow flag out for yet the 7th time in tonight's 50-lap A main event.
Caden Cornell from Willard finished 3rd in the points race this season for the 2nd straight year here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. A 3-time winner here over the course of the regular season, making 3 trips to victory lane. Always loves the opportunity to run with the MLRA drivers, but a rough go tonight for the driver of the white 5.0. Thought earlier he had a tire going down, but kept it out on the racetrack. And that Hatfield Race Engine Hoover Motorsports entry now crawling its way to the exit to the pit area over the top of turn number 2. And we're going to have the cars lined up and ready to go by the time Caden takes it back to the pits as he makes that right-hand turn and rolls it back.
Looks like Will Vaught this time will elect to restart on the outside, putting Jason Pappage down to the inside.
That's where the speed has been, Billy, is around the top of the racetrack as the track conditions have changed drastically from when we were hot lapping earlier.
Drastic change. They're going to have about 1 shot the way it looks to me, and that's going to have to be on this restart down into turn number 1. They're going to contest it down into 1. Here comes Bont, will slide up to the inside of Snowball, but not able to get him cleared. Let's go and stretch the rubber band because here goes Jesse Snowball. Right back to the top side. It's going to be side by side off the exit of 4. Little contact with the wall. Looks like possibly on the 1 machine of Will Vaught. He has ripped the right rear spoiler portion off that car. As you can see it starting to hang on the backside and flop a little bit. You got to wonder that may hurt the handily just a little bit of that 1V machine of Will Vaught in the closing lap.
It may have opened the door now for the 91. Jason Pappage closing in on the 1V of Will Vaught. You see that spoiler kind of tear it off, and the 91 dives to the bottom of the racetrack, slides up in front, but can he hold the line in front of the point leader?
Jason Pappage will take that spot away with just 6 laps to go. Now Pappage will jump the cushion, give it right back to him. Down back straightaway, it's all Jesse Snowball showing the way. He's almost built it back up to a halfway straightaway length lead with just 5 laps to go to capture this year's Larry Phillips Memorial. $5,075 on the line, but one more time, how about for the 8th time tonight? The caution will fly as the 4 car of J.C. Wyman looks to have some issues with the right side as he will coast up to the top side of 1 and 2 and exit the racetrack with a flat right rear tire on Jack McKee Racing number 4 of Wyman.
Stovall has been dominant for the lion's share of the laps here in this 50 lap $5,075 to win feature. The 00 continues to be impressive on the restarts. You said, Billy, that you thought that last restart may have been Vought's last chance to make a race of it here in the closing laps. Now he's going to get one more opportunity with 5 laps to go as the Hobby Time Motorsports safety crew picking some stuff up off the track as we get ready to try and get back quickly to green flag racing.
Look at a guy like Will Vaught. He's in a kind of a precarious position right here. You know, he's racing for a championship, wants to win the race, but he can drive this thing deep as he wants down into turn number 1. It kind of depends on whether he wants to come out of turn number 2 of the race car, I would say.
Already a little bit of damage on the 1V as he kissed the corner over in turn number 4. Vaught has passed more cars than anybody from the start of this race, over 16. As he started back in 20th position and has wheeled it all the way up to 2nd. See Papich, 10 or more cars that he has been able to work his way around.
17-year-old Hayden Ross out of Muskogee, Oklahoma, having a good run as well, coming from deep in the pack, in starting position. Caution lights are out. Can it be the final restart of the night? We've got 8 in the books. We're not shooting for 10. 5 laps to go. Jesse Stovall at the point off the exit of 4. Another great start off the exit this time. It'll be a single final restart, and he quickly puts some daylight between himself and Will Vaught. He won't even give Will Vaught a chance to make a move down into turn number 1. Jason Papich will take the shot down into turn number 3 to try and get back to the inside of Will Vaught. Looks like the race for second, maybe the race on the racetrack, because Stovall once again pounding that cushion and distancing himself from Will Vaught, Jason Papich, Logan Martin, and Joe Gorby, your top 5. 3 laps coming by the stripe this time. Stovall looking for his second Lucas Oil MLRA victory of the season. Goes back into the top side. No traffic in front of your race leader for the final 2 circuits. Time is winding down on the 1B machine of Vaught. He's doing a great job hanging on to that car into the 2nd position. Papich continuing to hold on to that final podium spot, but the white flag about to fly. The driver of the Swafford Service Malvern Bank 00. One more time around for Jesse Stovall. Stovall, he's going to jump a little bit higher than normal that time on the cushion. He's got a little bit of a buffer, but he's going to bring it home final time through the top side of the Lucas Oil Speedway. Your 2019 feature winner, Larry Phillips Memorial, is going to go home with Jesse Stovall. Stovall will take the win. Will Vaught hangs on to the 2nd spot. Jason Papich, Logan Martin, and a great top 5 run for the 9 of Joe Gorby will put a cap on tonight's Lucas Oil MLRA main event from the Diamond and Dirt Tracks.
Stovall, your race winner in the Larry Phillips Memorial tonight. $5,075 to the winner. When he gets through tech, we'll go down trackside and talk to your race winner, Jesse Stovall, after this on MAV TV.
Race fans, an exciting feature event down here at the Larry Phillips Memorial. I tell you what, Jesse Stovall, you took care of business early. You knew how important this clean air was going to be tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? The track was fast, and you had to get there in a hurry. You know, this track puts on for some wide open racing when it's like this, and you know, I think we showed them what we had.
Tell you what, 8 cautions on this race. These guys had every opportunity they had tonight to come after you. What were you doing on those restarts? Didn't have to change much from the way it looked on this 0-0 tonight.
Well, we got some Scott Bailey power under the hood, and it's just unbelievable. You know what I mean? This is a brand new motor. He takes care of me. He's an awesome guy, and you know, it's I don't know. I'm a little frustrated right now. I'm sorry to the fans that for what happened there, but I'm just kind of done with it. I'm not dealing with it no more.
Tell you what, Jesse, Larry Phillips Memorial, what does this will mean to you?
That's huge. I've been trying to win it for I don't know. We've had it won 2 or 3 times, and it just slipped out of our pockets. You know, them cautions, I just kept all these guys are good racers. I'm not going to take that away from them. You know what I mean? But I'm done getting hit after the race and playing these games. But you know, this is an awesome racetrack. I got to thank my sponsors: Swafford Service, Malvern Bank, not Black Diamond Race Cars. Ronnie Stuckey, he's always there when I got a question. You know what I mean? My dad does all my shocks. Metal Magic, Corey Pope, J&J Propane. I'm sure I'm missing somebody. The list goes on and on. It's just it's hard to do it without each and every one of these guys. You know what I mean? And dang, thanks to Scott Bailey here. That thing would get it on.
Race fans, let's hear it one more time. The feature winner tonight, the Larry Phillips Memorial, Jesse Stovall.
We were just doing some testing, and I think we found something.
Good to get some seat time back behind the 91 machine, starting to build up some laps and things, and get back to where you were a couple of years ago.
Absolutely. I love coming to this place. My favorite track. Just the facility, the fans, the atmosphere. It's second to none, and so I'm certainly happy to do well here at the same time.
Didn't start out great tonight. Came through the B feature, but boy, I tell you what, 10 laps, I think I had you up in the top 6. You didn't waste any time getting up there.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys are all good in this series, and I just had a fat hot rod, found a good line up top, and I guess before they did.
Race fans, let's let him hear it. Finishing off your podium tonight, driver of car number 91, Jason Papich. Thank you.
Jesse Stovall, your race winner.